I'm still new to this Riverside thing. I was like, let me see about this.
I'm excited. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
me too. Thank you for taking the time out to join me. I'm so excited. My mom has been talking about you for years, like since you started doing your videos, and I've been
Right.
watching them. And I'm like, I need to get him on. So I've been
Yeah,
like,
I'm excited. Yeah, I was looking for it. I had it in my calendar.
me too. Same here. Okay, so my first question I'd like to open up with is what's been going on? What have you been up to?
Gosh, it's been a busy last few weeks. After 27 years in law enforcement, which let me just say this, to say that I was even in law enforcement for 27 years is kind of hard to believe, but I decided to retire and focus on spending more time in the community outside of being a police officer, but more importantly in that, spending more time with my family, my mom, my siblings. And so it's been a little bit difficult to adapt to, but I'm getting better at it each day.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know what first drew you into becoming a police officer.
Well, growing up in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, was my uncle. He was a chief of police of a small town in Arkansas, and then I would see police officers on TV, police officers out in the neighborhood that I lived in, and I just loved the uniform, like all kids do. I was kind of gravitated to the police car, and it's really cool that to me back then, they were superheroes and still are today. And just to be a police officer was really always a dream of mine. And it actually came true.
Yeah, so you started getting notoriety with the videos you've been posting involved in your community in Little Rock, Arkansas. So what sparked you to pick up your phone and started recording those candid moments?
Well, I was posting on social media before the world knew who I was. So maybe 2010, somewhere around there, maybe a little before then. I was posting videos of me playing with the kids, throwing the football with the kids, but that was just local people that knew who I was. And then that's when things changed. When Michael Brown was killed in Ferguson, Missouri, and then there was other incidents with police officers killing people of color. That's when my followers just skyrocketed. It was pretty amazing to see.
Yeah, so when those videos started having a life of its own, how was like you open yourself up to the public and, with the support and criticism coming your way, how were you able to navigate a mix of positivity and negativity that came with that exposure?
So it was new to me. You're right. With when you have the whole world watching your every post, really your every move, it's going to come with positivity and praise. It's all going to come with slander and criticism. And initially it bothered me because I'm a people pleaser. I've always wanted everyone to like me, and to discover that some people didn't like me. In fact, some people hated me for reasons I still don't really know today. Um, it took a while to navigate through that, and the dynamics were different when it comes to social media because of the fact that you want to be praised, right? You want to bring that positivity, and I do, and I will continue to do that. But not everyone is going to agree with how you go out and interact with the community.
Yeah, I've also struggled with people pleasing myself. I used to be in like theater, like in acting, so that's all you wanted to hear was just how good you were or how
Yes.
how good you did during a scene. So I've always looked for like validation, and now I'm kind of trying to veer away from that mindset of not getting validation, but like being in that environment because you're on stage, you want to be seen, you're like,
Yes.
I need someone to tell me that I'm good. That's
Exactly.
just stroke
Yes.
my ego. So yeah, I've always struggled with that, but and now I'm here doing interviews, which is crazy.
I
But
love it though. I love it for you.
thank you. And now, like I said, now you have this really big presence on social media. How did that affect your relationship with your community and even like the fellow like police officers you worked with? How did they see you?
It came with a lot of attention, a lot of people that wanted to see me come speak at different events, and then that turned into speaking outside of the state of Arkansas. I've traveled all throughout the United States, speaking to other communities, other police departments. But that was as a result of the huge following on social media. It also came with people that will use your name for clout. People that would rather get on social media to degrade you other than lift you up. And but once again, I know that with a huge following, I have almost 4 million followers on Facebook alone. That you know, it's like you're walking on eggshells. As far as my coworkers and how they took it, most were supportive, but as you can imagine, when you are so well known, it can also come with some jealousy and some bitterness.
Yeah, how are you able to manage that? Like going to work every day knowing like people feel some type of way about you.
Just block it out. I go to work for the community, not for really anybody else. My job is to protect and serve the community, and it's if anybody else, if it has to even be a coworker or someone that's not a coworker has a problem with that, then that's something that they would have to deal with on their own. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, and being a cop is already mentally challenging. So how are you able to manage the weight of a job that affected you day to day?
My faith has really got me through a lot of situations, but I wasn't the type of police officer to go out seeking crime every day. Some of the time on my shift was I would go out and look for people, whether young or old, form relationships with them and get to know them and try to make life better for that community.
Yeah, and I admire you've always been open with your challenges or like what you've been vulnerable, and I really do appreciate that part of you sharing all the things that you've been through that is hard to talk about. So first, I mean, you shared publicly about your daughter's passing to fentanyl. So for those who never knew her, how would you want people to know how she was or describe how she was?
Oh, Alyssa Norman was absolutely beautiful. She was a beautiful young lady, an aspiring real estate agent. She was an amazing mom, amazing daughter, amazing sister, an amazing member of the community. She unfortunately became involved in drugs, and it turned her life around, where she was reaching peaks and valleys, and things would be good, and then things wouldn't be so good. And unfortunately, on November the 17th of 2021, is she took her last breath as a result of drugs, of fentanyl. And so, it's a very heartbreaking story, absolutely tragic. But, I didn't want, and still today, I don't want Alyssa's death to be in vain. So if there's anyone else I can talk to with using my platform when it comes to drug prevention, drug addiction, I want to keep Alyssa's name going.
Yeah, that's beautiful. My mom told me about it, and I was like, man, that's like, I don't know. Like, my mom has lost her mom and her dad very young. And so I know she knows how you're feeling when you lose a family member like that. And so I know when that happened, her heart broke for you. And I know she was DMing you, like giving her condolences. But yeah,
Your mom's been really nice throughout everything, whether it's been anything good or bad in my life or in the community here. She's always been wanting to reach out and be supportive.
yeah, she's always been wanting to help any way she can. She's like, I gotta help Officer Norman. I was like,
Yeah, and she has. Even recently, she has.
yeah, she loves you and what you do. So yeah, I know
I'm
you.
grateful.
Yeah, she's very grateful for you too. And also, I know last month was also very challenging, especially with you had a personal matter come so public, and now
Yes.
people are able to give their 2 cents about the situation. So how are you able to manage that mindset of people forming their own views about your arrest and the charges brought against you?
I think outside of my daughter's passing, this time in my life has been the most difficult, the most challenging. It didn't break me, and it's not going to break me, but it came close to breaking me, just because it was a moment of my life that I woke up the next morning. I was like, this has to be a nightmare. This has to be a bad dream, and it wasn't. And you have those dreams that you want to forget about, and you wake up and you're like, I'm so happy that was a dream. But it wasn't a dream. It's something that has really humbled me. It's something that has making me appreciate life even more. And my goodness, we talked about this previously, but the narratives that people come up with and the hate, they spew so much hate. But I'm protected by God. I'm protected by my family and my faith. And so, as the saying goes, this too shall pass. I'm still in the midst of the storm, but as I said, God is protecting me.
Yeah, I know I'm deep in my faith as well. I've been struggling with my purpose. So ever since I've gotten closer to him, things have been a lot more smoother and I haven't had any anxiousness about what I'm doing. So it's like I know with him like he is all I need really. And then I know I'm good throughout everything else. But
That's
yeah,
right.
on a lighter note, you did receive a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award back in 2021. What was that like?
That was really nice. I traveled to Houston and received it along with some other recipients. And coming out of that, it was a little bittersweet because probably a week after I got back from Houston is when Alyssa passed. So, it just to receive that phone call and to travel to Houston and receive that distinguished honor, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest honor of my life. It came, as I said, right before the worst moment of my life. So you can even talk about the year 2021, where there were highs and there was the lowest of lows with my daughter passing.
Yeah, so you talked about posting videos in 2010. Did you ever think it would become this big and how you would get so noticed about what you're doing for your community?
No, not at all. I mean, I started giving when I was a teenager. The social media wasn't even thought about then. And then once I became a police officer, still there was no social media. And it was kind of like the perfect storm. I remember waking up after, Alton Sterling and Mike Brown and Freddie Gray and just the different incidents. It took something negative to really increased my followers on social media by the thousands and now into the millions. And I know that God was using me in a way that I didn't think that He could use me, and that was to use me as one of the faces of setting an example of how policing in communities should be done.
Yeah. And so before we wrap up, I like to ask my guests what keeps them busy nowadays. So what's been keeping you busy?
One is community. I mean, now I don't have anyone watching over my shoulder. I don't have anyone telling me when and when I can't post or what I can't wear, can wear as far as a uniform. Now I'm my own boss, and now I get to flourish. I get to spread my wings the way I want to spread my wings, and um, I'm a big sports fan. I love watching sports. It's a decompressor for me, and obviously, more than anything else, is spending time with my family.
All right, favorite team?
Arkansas Razorbacks. I'm from Arkansas.
All right.
We don't have a professional team here, so it's the Arkansas Razorbacks for me.
All right, but if you had to choose an NFL team, what would it be?
Well, so I think a lot of Arkansans are Dallas Cowboy fans. So yeah, I would I would have to say the Dallas Cowboys.
You and my uncle's a big Cowboys
Oh,
fan.
he's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, see, I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh, Eagles. I see they lost their first game 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
I don't
Yeah,
want to talk
so
about it. I don't want to talk
okay, we won't talk about
um you know, we didn't play that well, but
That's
we have
okay.
Thursday. We have
One
Thursday.
That's right. You play Thursday.
Yeah, we have a short
Okay.
week, so we play the New York Giants Thursday.
Okay, I'll be watching. I'll be watching. Wow, I'll be thinking about you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll actually be like probably like trying to decompress somewhere. Like
Right.
trying to like calm myself down.
Let's hope they beat the Giants. The
I
Giants
know.
have a pretty good team. They lost Malik Neighbors, their best receiver, I think. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. But hey, I go Arkansas Razorbacks.
That's
Get
right.
it
Woo
right.
Pig Suey. That's right.
Here we go. I know I remember. But thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me. You were a delight. So yeah, thank you so much for your time.
It means a lot, and God bless you. And go Eagles and go Razorbacks.
Yeah, go Eagles. Yes.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay.